up, my friend? So we got a big UFC event coming up tomorrow.
UFC 314. You got the TJ Maxx yarn painting behind you. Yeah,
Hey,
dog.
man, we ready? We ready to rock. I got another surprise for you at the end of this video. But, we try to
What?
keep things kosher. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Uh,
So,
Go ahead and smash that like button. No, I'm just kidding. But Tyler did cut his own hair. So why don't you show them how you did your haircut? I think he did a great job, man.
I
He's fresh.
appreciate
Looking
it.
Latino out here.
Hey, man, you already know, man. I got to represent my culture.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we jump into it, man? Because this card is completely and utterly stacked from top to bottom. I can't
Oh,
wait for
boy.
this card, man. This
Boy.
Saturday is going to be a glorious day.
Oh, God, I can't wait. I'm going to get like 10 hours of sleep. I'm going to get a bunch of dank, and it's just going to be me in the UFC, man. Let's get this. We can get some money, man. See, I don't know if people that are watching know this, but I'm a big-time gambler when it comes to the UFC. So I'll give you all my picks, and then we can all win some money, okay?
How you doing on those?
Money.
How you doing on those bets? Are you up? Is that how you describe it when you're betting? Are you up?
Oh, yeah. Last weekend, I won minus $150.
You... Hey, listen, it could be worse.
It could be worse. Like that one time when I lost $500 and I had to reach out to fans and tell them that it wasn't me. It was someone. And then they banned definitely. So that's good.
Dang, you got banned from FanDuel?
Yeah, because they wanted me to provide all kinds of stuff, and I'm going to try to make it short. Long story short, them I said, please just cut. I have never lost this much money in my life, and they did. So,
Dang.
yeah.
So that doesn't really bestow confidence on people now, but you also had some good winning days.
Oh yeah, did a 8-leg parlay when Lamont Davis was fighting Gervonta, and I made an 8-legger, and I think I about it too.
You did tell me
because I cashed out at the sixth, and I think I made like 600, 500, something like that.
But
But
yeah, you cashed out early. That's right.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
I
next
remember
fight, what's his face won, and then Lamont was winning, so I could have cashed out probably at like 3 Gs. The whole total of value of winning was like $7,000. So I got
yeah.
so
But put some
my
on.
bets, follow them, and let's win some money.
Let's go. I don't know how you dank it up for the UFC fights too. I feel like I need more energy. You need to take me out of it.
Yeah, well, I do a combination of energy drinks
Ooh.
and marijuana.
You're just ready for these fights.
Go!
let's
Yeah.
let's go into it, man. Because let's start at why don't we start at Chase Hooper, Jim Miller, man. When is Jim Miller retiring for one?
You know what? For one, I don't think he really needs to retire, bro. He's put on a couple of bangers his last couple of fights. I know Bobby Green was 2 fights ago, I believe.
Yeah,
Even though he
but
lost a unanimous decision.
He got completely destroyed against
He got
me,
destroyed, but that chin was being tested though. That shit was being tested. And Jim Miller, he ain't no slouch on the ground either, man. We're talking about 21 submissions. He's only been submitted 3 times. And speaking of submissions, his last fight in November against Damon Jackson, who's also an excellent submission artist, he submitted him. And
Listen.
Chase Hooper, he's a ground type of guy. I'm gonna give it to Jim Miller, bro. By knockout. Oh, hey, huh?
Chase Hooper is minus 800 for a reason. You're going Jim Miller? All right.
Chase is minus 800?
He's minus 800, bro. You think
what?
He's gonna cash out like that? Jim's got to retire, man.
Oh, he submitted Jackson in round 1, bro. Are you kidding me?
All right, make the bet. Make the bet. Okay, we're on the
for all 2 or 3 of y'all watching. Put the money on Jim Miller. Minus 800 Chase Hooper? That means Jim's at least plus like 300 or 400? What is Jim?
550.
Oh, 550. Easiest money you'll ever make. Easiest money you'll ever make.
Look, I can't get sucked in this Jim Miller fight. We know there's a lot.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
But
who you got?
I got Chase. Jim Miller's He's cooked. That's why. Jim, he was great, but it's time to go, man. It's time to retire. It's time to retire, Jim.
How do you see the
Love you
fight
though.
ending?
Love you though. Chase is gonna finish him, man. Chase will probably honestly finish him on the feet, or he'll drop him and finish him on the ground.
That's not gonna happen.
Huh?
But hey, let's agree to disagree. I'll make the money. You live with your decision, your loss. Okay, moving on. We got Dan Ige and Sean Woodson.
Yeah, and I don't know much about this Verona fight, but I do know Yan is actually a great fighter. She put on a good performance against Wei Li. She's number one in the strawweight division for a
Oh,
reason. She's a stud. So I don't know how she's an underdog, but I got her winning that. So that might be a good bet to make.
that's actually my bad because when I saw the word women, then I just skipped it because I figured no one would care. But I didn't realize who was fighting. I got Verna. She's the chick with the noodles eyes, right? Noodles, for reference, is our old Japanese chin dog.
Oh no. I just
Noodles
I
eyes. You don't
just
know where the fuck she's
realized why
looking.
you said that. I
Yeah,
just realized that. Yeah. Dang, that's bad. Yeah, our dog was cross-eyed, man. That's
yeah.
hardcore.
But she's badass, bro. So you got Yan. Yan is actually really good. That is
She's
true.
hardcore,
I got
man.
Verna.
All right. So far we're disagreeing on both fights, and I have a feeling we're about to disagree on this next one too. Sean Woodson versus Dan Ige.
Uh-huh.
Woodson is the favorite. I agree with these odds. I like Dan Ige because he's a brawler, man. He's got heart. There's no doubt about it. But I have seen Sean Woodson fight a couple times. He once even in person in Nashville. The man's a sharp shooter. He's a really good striker, and he's got
Yeah.
so much height over Dan Ige too. I think Sean's going to give him big problems on the at range.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you hardcore on that one. Dan Ige, he took the fight with Diego Lopez, who is currently going to be fighting tomorrow as well, and he beat his fucking ass. I think Dan Ige won the fight, but the fact that he did as good as he did on such a short notice, someone who's so good, he's gonna breeze through Sean Woodson, no problem.
I don't know, man. But you see, I agree. I think Danny Gay. There's an argument for Danny Gay winning that fight, or at least having it like very close. But he
Mm.
did also get beat in his last fight versus Murphy. And I think Sean Woodson's on the come up, and I think Danny Gay is kind of on the flat line coming down. But I do really like him. He's a great fighter. It's going to be a really fun fight. I'm going to go Woodson.
Agree to disagree. Find
Wow,
out
that's
soon
three
enough.
so far. That's three so far.
Dang, we got to put it in a little parlay.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
We
Okay.
could put five on whoever gets them all right.
Oh, 05. Get out of here, dog. I don't get out of bed for less than 200. You know that. All right,
Yeah.
main card.
Oh, okay, Poop Kid. Okay.
Yeah,
So
little
let's move
Drake and
on to
Josh.
the main card then, huh?
Let's talk about this main card, UFC 314 in Miami. It's stacked from top to bottom, as we said. My God. I'm gonna go with Reyes. I think Reyes is kind of on the comeback. I like what he's doing. He's got a lot of heart. He's a good striker. I like him. I'm gonna go Reyes, man. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He knocked out Anthony Smith in the second round of his last fight. He beat
Yeah.
Jacoby, who's a lethal knockout artist,
Mm,
and he knocked him out. So
true.
Reyes he's doing really well, man.
That is very, very true. I'm gonna have to stick with Reyes as well. That's one that we can agree. Number one, first I want to say how upset I was that Carlos Prates was not fighting.
Hmm.
I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the Nerd Crew, man. So that
Mhm.
fucking sucks.
Yep.
But on to the Reyes fight, I don't even really remember the other dude. He has a name that looks like he's won, and obviously he has. Um, but I'm going to go with Reyes, man. I agree with you. I mean, to have losses in a row and then come back to back-to-back wins in the fashion
Hmm.
that he did, yeah, man, he's on fire. That dude's
Yeah.
on fire.
This is a banging fight because looking at Krylov right now, he's won his last three, if not more. I'm just looking at his last three fights. He KO'd Alexander Gustafsson in round one. That's just crazy. He also beat how do you say his name? Ozdemir, who's a really good fighter as well. Now I don't know who Span is, who he fought last, but he's got a
Ryan
really
Spann, he's good.
he's got a really good record. So this is going to be a banger, but because I'm more familiar with Reyes, I'm gonna go for Reyes.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah.
he is the underdog though. He's an underdog.
Hey, more money to win, right? I'm about to come up so big tomorrow. Thank God, I owe so much in taxes. All right. Oh,
Here we go.
I love this next fight. I love this next fight. Like I
This
said before, I'm a big fan of the Nerd Crew, and I just want to say I've been following Gene Silva for a while now, and I'm a big fights. What I don't like is his camaraderie inside the ring during the fight, but I also kind of because when he is kind of like, oh, that's a good shot. Oh, hey, everybody. That just shows the level of confidence he has in his ability. And the fact that he's fighting Bryce Mitchell and the beef that they have about the God and good versus evil and all that. I think Bryce is bitten off more than he could chew. It takes a while to recover from a knockout and that and I think that he's too emotionally invested. And I think Gene Silva's going to beat the fucking brakes off this kid.
Yeah,
that's
I'll tell you what. Bryce Mitchell made some controversial Nazi comments, and Dana White said, "True."
No,
okay. I got something for you. He fed him to the dogs, almost literally. Oh.
Yeah,
literally. Bryce Mitchell hasn't done really well versus these like really good stand-up guys. I mean, he's been starched a couple times, and this is, I think, is gonna be no different.
Yeah,
no different.
I thought Dana didn't like the comments that he made. I can't remember what he said, but I thought
that's what I'm saying. He didn't. So he fed him to the dogs, boy.
I thought you said he was he was a fan. Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, you want to go that route? Here you go.
No, he said, you want to go that route? I'm gonna give you a smooth KO next month. Yeah,
I think that's what's gonna happen. I mean, Gene Silva's fought some great people, and I just don't think that honestly, man, I don't even think it's gonna be close. I'd be surprised. I mean, if Bryce can maybe tune him up a little bit and take him to the ground, maybe, because I don't really remember seeing Silva on the ground, but he's good at defending takedowns. And I just think that I don't think Bryce stands a fucking chance, bro. I'll be surprised if he wins. If he wins, it's because he has God on his side. Yeah. I mean, he's going to need Jesus. He's going to need Jesus that day for sure.
He's definitely got some extra hate fuel, seeing as how Gene has Lord tattooed across him. So,
bro, how good of a fighter do you have to be to have Lord tattooed on? Jesus Christ.
I think it's probably going to be maybe like a round 2 KO.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I would even go as much as saying round 1, bro. I mean, that's what I would say. He got killed by what? Emmett was that round 1, right? Yeah.
Ooh, what round did he get knocked out? Was it round 1?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was round 1 because I remember I bet on that. Yeah, it was round 1. Oh, yo, I didn't. Okay, yeah, it was round 1. He got smooth knocked out, and then they gave him someone easy like Gracie. So of course he fucking beat his ass, and then he made the comments about the Nazis, and then he was like, "Okay, yeah, you're fucked."
Yeah, man. I'm gonna stick to round 2. I seen Gene start a little slower before kind of turning it up with his combo, so I'm gonna give it 2, but you know he's the underdog minus 278, so I don't know how much our bettors out there will get on a knockout bet. I think that's probably what a lot of people see happening, but
yeah,
it's gonna be fun nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree. If you want to make a risky bet, just go with Mitchell for the submission. You know, but
that would be crazy.
I just don't.
Here's the thing, though. I've seen Gene knock people down and then let them up. You know, he's not like very like he's got good fight IQ. You know, he's not like, oh, they're down, I'm gonna rush in. Like he's dropped the guys, and if you remember the last dude he fought, he dropped them, and he just walked over and went like this before he like dropped elbows. Like he didn't even launch in.
Yeah, he was like, he's done, and then the dude was like, wait, I'm not done. And then that's when he went down and just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. So for that reason, I don't think the submission would happen. I don't think so. So
I don't think so. You never know, though. I didn't think Bobby Green was gonna get submitted by Paddy either. But
who thought Bobby was gonna shoot? What the heck are you doing, Bobby?
Exactly.
That was crazy.
Like, there is a world where Gene could, but his stand-up is he's so rangy and he keeps his lead like so far ahead that for Bryce to get on the inside, it's gonna be impossible, bro.
He's a sniper. He's a freaking sniper. He dropped. I just rewatched him fight Drew Dober, and he masterclassed him and he dropped him twice with spinning elbows out of the
Yeah.
clinch, if you remember. That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. He's like the first to murder Drew, I think, right? Wasn't Drew like on a winning streak up until him?
Drew goes back and forth, man, but he's a slugger, so it's definitely a respectable guy to get out of there with your striking.
Yeah, for sure, man. Gene, yeah. With the moment I heard that fight was announced, I said, "Oh, poor Bryce."
He shouldn't have made those comments. All right, so I
No.
think we're on the
Moving
same
on.
page. Yeah, we're on the same
Yeah.
page with that one. We got Patricio Pitbull, Yair Rodriguez. That's going to be fun.
It will be. I'm not entirely familiar with Patricio Pitbull though. Didn't he come? He came from another. Didn't he come from another organization? Yeah, he did.
He
But I
came
mean, I've
here.
heard the hype behind him. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen him fight once. He looks pretty good, but he's also like quite seasoned. He's been in the game for a long time. He's won a few championships, but he's also lost like a good handful of times. I'm gonna go Yair because I'm more familiar, and Yair's got a really good arsenal, and I want it for
Yeah,
Yair. So I'm gonna go Yair Rodriguez, taking out Patricio Pitbull. Welcome to the
oh,
UFC.
for sure. And Pitbull's making his debut against someone where his last 5 fights were all like top-notch people. You know what I mean? So usually experience always wins. So Yair, I think, is definitely gonna take this. By how? I don't know. But he's gonna take it.
So roundhouse head kick.
Watch that happen too. Watch that happen.
Yair Rodriguez by roundhouse head kick. You heard it here. Mommy Issues MMA.
Oh, buddy, talk to me, man. That's nuts.
Round 3.
Oh, stop.
I got it
Stop
by the round. I got it by the round.
Oh, y'all heard it here first, man.
By the
Mommy
round.
Issue strikes again.
Put some respect on
Okay.
the pod.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
right.
Let's
That's
move the
right.
fuck on because I thought that this fight was actually. I forgot that it was happening tomorrow. I don't know why I forgot about it.
Oh, you
'Cause
crazy.
I'm
You
so
crazy.
fixated.
Dude.
All right, why don't you?
This one's a really tough one, man, because Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler, this is the biggest test by far that Paddy's gonna have, man. You know, I thought I was really gonna be able to see like how his improvements of striking were when he fought Bobby. I was like, oh, we're gonna see if Paddy really made the adjustments. But then Bobby went and shot a takedown, so you couldn't even really see, man. But this is a tough one. If I had to say how it's gonna go, I would actually probably say Paddy Pimblett by submission because I haven't seen his striking get to the point where he can really hang with the top striker yet. You know, he likes to leave his chin up. You know, sometimes he loops those shots. But Michael Chandler is a freaking crazy. He's a good striker, but for sure, but he also gets so wild. And I think he could either catch Paddy and then get wild on the ground and get caught in something, or
That's good.
or it could be some decent back and forth stand up, but Paddy just has more weapons, I think. Like Chandler's just slugger, but I think it's a tough one because this is like Paddy's coming out party, basically. It's like, are you really that dude who can hang at the top? But if I had to guess it, I would say Chandler's kind of been seasoned. He's made a lot of money. He's kind of, he's on the back end of his career, and Paddy's still coming up. I'm gonna have to go Paddy.
I'm gonna have to disagree, man. I mean, Chandler's been fighting top-notch competition since he's gotten into the UFC, and he's done pretty well in a couple of those fights. But all of his fights usually are very not only entertaining, but they're like slugfests, man. He can handle a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I don't think Paddy's gonna be able to take him on the feet whatsoever because he is a wild fighter. But the downside of Chandler, I think, is that his fight IQ is just so low because he's so fucking reckless, bro.
He throws it out the window, bro.
Yeah. So
Chandler just jab cross. He's like, I got it, coach. And he goes in.
I got it, coach. Haymaker.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can be accurate, and I think because Paddy keeps his chin up, I doubt that he's fixed that in this time frame. Then I think that Paddy is definitely going to get caught, and I don't think that Chandler's going to get submitted by Paddy because Charles couldn't even do that in 5 rounds, and I think Charles is significantly better than Paddy on the ground. So I'm going to have to go with Chandler, and I think that Chandler's going to knock Paddy the fuck out.
Scousers don't get knocked out, lad.
Yo, these one dogs. Yeah,
I don't know what the Scouser is, but they don't get knocked out.
Oh, he's gonna get knocked out, bro. Yo, Jared Gordon almost fucking finished him, bro. Okay.
Oh yeah, he low-key lost that fight too. But you know what? Here's okay, can I give you another
He
mommy
lost
issues
that fight.
prediction? I can give you a really specific prediction for Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett. You heard it here first. Chandler's gonna catch him. It's gonna go down, and then Paddy's gonna submit him.
He'll get probably caught in a triangle again because his fight IQ, right? He's gonna get
And,
dropped, and then Chandler's
and
gonna go down and get caught. I can see that happening
that's,
for sure, for
that's
sure.
the bet. Let me look at these odds real quick.
And then for the next 6 months, then he's gonna be talking about see you at the top, grind don't stop. And it's like Chandler, just be smart.
He could be a little cheesy sometimes.
He's very motivational. I like it, but it's just like if he was just a little smart in his fights, he would have won all of his fights. I think he would have won.
There's a good clip of him throwing a hook. I think it's at Charles Oliveira. Charles hurt. He threw a hook, but he swung so hard and missed that he fell down after. And then Charles was able to compose himself and ultimately get the job done. But man, it's hard not to like Chandler. He puts on fun fights every time. There's no way it's going to be boring. But Paddy's actually the favorite to win. I'm kind of surprised to see that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna win so much money tomorrow. So much money. He's only a favorite because he's popular and Chandler's on a losing streak. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't see Paddy winning this. But then again, I said the same thing, like I said, against him versus Bobby Green. I was like, oh, Paddy's going to get starched. And then Green did the fucking – I don't even think Chandler's dumb enough to shoot on Paddy. Right? Like, what the fuck?
I don't see that happening. Here's the thing. This reminds me of when Illia fought Max. And I was like, yeah, okay, Illia just beat Volk, but it was a pretty early TKO. Is this like a one-time thing, or is Illia really that dude? And this is kind of how I feel about Paddy. It's like Paddy's had some wins, but this is like the fight where it comes down. It's like, is he really that dude?
Yeah.
That's how I think. So, and we're gonna find out tomorrow.
But then, if Paddy does win, then people are gonna say what they said about Green too, because that's what they were gonna say about Green. But it's like if he beats Chandler, it's like, oh yeah, you beat someone that like barely wins his fights.
No, this is Chandler's respectable. It's like he said, his resume, like he's fighting the best of the best, and he's a respectable fighter. He gets KOs. If Paddy beats Michael, like you got to put some respect on Paddy's name, no matter how it happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. Isn't Michael's ranked? Is he not?
Yeah, man. Michael's ranked number 7 right now.
Yeah, Paddy's not even ranked, right?
He's 12. He's 12.
Yeah, not ranked in the top 10. So, yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying. Because I think Chandler is dumb enough to follow Paddy to the ground if he does that. But also, I think if he does knock Paddy down, I think that he's probably going to finish him on the ground because Chandler hits hard as fuck.
You might be right because Paddy's resume is just nowhere near it. Like he beat Gordon, which is a controversial win. He beat Ferguson.
We know he lost.
Ferguson's on like a 97 fight losing streak, and then he beat Green, who shot immediately. But respect for the submission. But Green's also not like he's not a Chandler caliber fighter. Let's be honest. He's an exciting fighter, but he's much lower in the ranks. So it's going to be exciting, man. This is like we're going to find out. We're going to find out if he's that dude.
Yeah, we're about to win a shit ton of money, which brings us to.
Well, hold on. What's your prediction? Because I'm telling you, it's going to be Michael Chandler dropping Paddy by submission. That's mine. What you got? Second round.
I think Paddy's probably going to try to shoot, but I think Chandler's going to be able to stuff it because literally, I think that's all he has to worry about this fight. On the feet, Paddy doesn't stand a chance against Chandler. I don't think.
Whoa.
Chandler's so fucking reckless and he hits so hard, bro. So I don't think. Hey, what's up, Tony? Just on I'm FaceTime with my brother. Just give me a second. So I think Hope, come here. You're ruining the podcast, Hope.
Hey, get Hope on the pod, man.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's. I'll tell you about that later. But yeah, I think that Paddy's going to get knocked out. I say by round 3, by mid round 3, because that's when Chandler's gonna have the most gas in his tank. Bro, Paddy hasn't been pressured by someone like Chandler before. At the end of the day, he hasn't been hit by someone like Chandler before.
Wow, that's the exciting thing. I think this fight really could go either way, man. So it's a good one. I'm not mad at that prediction.
Bro, honestly, I think we should just go half on this card, man. I'm not trying to have this shit lag, bro. I'm already feeling the anxiety.
Brother, of course, man. We're on pod. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. Main card. Main fight.
Main card, man.
Main event of the evening.
Wow, this is yeah. Well, I led with the last one. Number one versus number three. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with your mommy issues MMA fight prediction? Give me your thoughts. Where are you at with this one?
Here's where I'm at with this one. I think that Volk's takedown defense is extremely good. I think that he can survive in situations where he is wrapped up like a pretzel, like we've seen him before. I think that his stand-up is significantly better than Diego Lopez's stand-up. I think that Volk is going to finish Diego probably by round 4 or 5. And if not, then I think it's just going to be clear that Volk is the winner by unanimous decision. I think Diego's a great fighter, but I don't think that he's at the caliber that Volk is. I really, truly don't. And I think people are going to count Volk out just because he's on a losing streak, but he's faced like the top of the top.
Yeah.
And Diego Lopez, he ain't there yet. He ain't there yet. His last two fights, what? Dan Ige, unanimous decision. Brian Ortega, unanimous decision. It's like, yeah, Volk's going to clean him out. That's what I think.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that prediction because when I see those two fighters, I do actually feel like Volk is probably just like the technically better fighter. You know, he's got a wider range of stand up. He can take down, ground and pound. His cardio is phenomenal. So I think, you know, on paper, when you look at it, you know, Volk probably edges him out most of the categories, maybe submissions for Diego. So I'm not mad at that. That being said, Volk's on like the tail end of his career. You know, his last losses are against, you know, some of the top dogs in the whole. So you've gotta put that out there. I'm gonna give it. If I had to go, I'd probably go Volk just because I know he's like the technically better fighter, but Diego does put some good pressure on, and he does have massive power. So like a knockout is possible, but more than likely it'll probably go like decision Volk.
Yeah. Okay. So you're Volk, Team Volk.
This is the tough one.
You're in the middle.
I'm really close because I could also see Diego knocking him out in 3. But if it goes beyond 3, then
wait, you said you could see Diego knocking him out?
Yeah.
Did you start smoking again? You high?
He's eyes a lot.
Hey, is you high?
Yeah.
I don't think Diego's knocking Volk out, bro. But hey, it's possible.
We've seen Volk get KO'd twice now in his last 3 fights.
Yeah, by the absolute best of the best in the UFC right now.
But it's possible. We're seeing it's possible with people who got real power, which Diego has proved. He dang near knocked out Brian Ortega twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knocked him out so hard, he knocked him back conscious again. He's got power.
Yeah, Brian Ortega, dude. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, in fairness, I don't really put respect on Brian Ortega's name like that. Because after Max Holloway hit him with the masterclass striking, I was like, this guy's not really a striker like that. You remember when Max was like,
he reached over to put his hands up. He's like, you got to block, man.
Guard. And then people, yeah, man, that was bad. After that, I was like,
you had a guard. You need to keep your guard up. You know, Hawaiian accent.
Good God. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I'd be like 51% in favor of Volk for by decision, probably.
I like that. What are the odds going on here?
What are the odds?
Man, my thing.
Wow, it's close. It's so close. Minus 122 Volk, plus 102 Lopez.
Yeah, I can see that. Close. Unless Lopez maybe wraps him up, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably like 70-30 Volk, I would say.
Because we haven't seen Lopez in the 4th and 5th round either. So it's like if it goes that far, does he have the cardio?
No.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. His cardio hasn't been bad in round 3. It hasn't been bad in round 3.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, you're right.
But we know Volk definitely has it. So based on what we know, Volk's got much better competition he's fought, you know, been a dominant champ, great, versatile. I'd have to go Volk slightly.
Yeah, you got to put some respect on Volk's name. However, if he does lose, I think he might be done.
You think he'll retire on a loss?
I
I
think
don't
he
think he'll
should.
retire.
I think he
But
should. He really wants to fight Illia again, which is pretty cool. I think it's going to be the exact same thing that happened the first
yeah,
time.
yeah, I was like, don't do that. Don't do that, Volk. Just don't. Ilya's
I'll give it
Ilya's
another
about to
run
be.
and we'll have another squash and I'll go ahead and retain my belt. I was like, no, you're not. Not against Ilya, bro. Ain't nobody beating
No,
that motherfucker, bro. No.
no. Maybe honestly it should be Ilya versus Arman or Ilya versus Islam or Ilya versus Charles. Those are really the only three fights for Ilya to do now.
I think Ilya beats Charles,
I think he
beats
beats Charles too.
maybe not Arman,
That's the real fight to make, honestly.
and maybe not Islam, actually. Because Islam's like fucking really good. He's really good.
Islam's too good. Islam's like, oh, you're a striker? Bet.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. Nah. Yeah. I think Ilya versus Arman would be like a sick matchup, but
Yeah.
we'll see what they do. A lot of times these big cards they make big fight announcements, so maybe they'll put something out tomorrow. That'd be sweet.
God, dude, I cannot wait till tomorrow. I am just gonna be shut down. I'm gonna. I don't want anybody over. I'm just gonna tell everyone I went out of town with my friends. And I never go out of town and I have no friends, so it'd be like, things change. Things change. Which brings me to my last surprise.
Surprise. Ready. I'm ready. Oh shit, what is it? What is
Check
it?
out these motherfuckers, dog.
Oh, you went and got them Kobe.
Dang, bruh.
Damn.
Yeah, we live out here though.
Yeah, those are fire.
So I
Yeah.
gotta win the money tomorrow to make back the money I spent on these motherfuckers. Damn.
Those are fresh, man. Those are fresh as hell.
Bro, I love them so much, man.
Can't even be mad at that purchase.
No, I can't. I thought about it and I just pulled the trigger. Right when I tried them on at the gas station by the stranger, I said, hey, I'm buying them.
Got some fresh ones on too, dog. I got some pretty fresh ones on too, man.
Oh, I like that. Ooh,
Not
I
bad.
like those. Dang, man, we freshen up in here. You know what I mean? Hey, smash or pass, bro. Let us know who's got the best pair of shoes. Who got the best picks?
Yeah.
Who got the best picks for tomorrow night? But take our advice seriously, because we can win some serious fucking money. Okay?
You about to get sued, boy.
No. Okay.
All right, let's recap. Let's do a quick recap on the main card real briefly. I'm edging out Volk for a decision or Diego by 3-round knockout. You?
Volk is going to knock out Diego round 4 or 5.
All right. Co-main, I got Paddy getting dropped in the third and then submitting Michael Chandler. Or second.
I got Chandler knocking out Paddy within 3.
Crazy talk. I got Yair Rodriguez by spinning roundhouse kick.
I got a it's going to be voided because there's going to be a doctor stoppage and it's going to be probably like in round 1.
Oh, I like that. Interesting. All right. We both got Gene Silva by freaking the second coming of Christ knockout.
Yeah, he's gonna make Bryce Mitchell question his religion.
No bullshit. My God. And then I got Reyes by second round KO.
Yeah, I got Reyes for sure by knockout. For sure. I think these are some solid picks.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a banger.
Big banger.
Yeah. Chase Hooper's also gonna get knocked out, so that's gonna be good.
Who?
Exactly. Chase Hooper.
Oh, Chase Hooper knocked out by the retirement punch.
Jim fucking Miller. Yeah. That's some respect.
Sean Woodson's gonna put on. It's gonna be a war, but Sean Woodson's gonna win a UD or knockout over Danny Gay. But there's gonna be a lot of heart on display.
Yeah, Danny Gay's gonna probably knock him out. That's what I got.
Man, I can't wait.
Let's get this money, man.
Let's fucking go.
Let's tune in tomorrow for the live party. Just kidding. We're not there yet. But let us know when you win a shitload of money based on our picks.
That's right. You saw it here. Me Issues MMA. Let's see which brother has got the better picks for UFC 314. Best card of the year so far. So I can rock it out. My allergies are kicking.
Let's get it. Uh-oh.
No.
Cut.